Evet arkadaşlar, bölüm 2'ye hoş geldiniz. Yanında Yaser var. Değil mi Yaser?
Merhaba arkadaşlar, aynen.
O da aynı zamanda şu an ne oynuyor? Hogwarts Legacy oynuyor ama kendisi evinde.
Multiverse, farklı bir evrende.
Yani farklı bir evrende. Hemen gidip başlayalım. Şuradan Spotify'ı falan kapatayım da şey olsun. Evet. Şu an ana menüdeyiz. Karakterimizi görüyoruz. 16 December. Bak 16. Anladın mı? 16 falan değil amına koyayım. Kaldığımız yerden devam edelim. En son okulumuzun ilk gününde kalmıştık. Hufflepuff olarak oynuyoruz. Evet.
En iyilerin tercihi Hufflepuff.
Evet. Reviola.
At bakalım bir ortalık bir karışsın onu.
Profesör Filk. Hadi bakalım konuşalım.
It's good to see you, Professor.
Good to see
And
you,
you.
Professor.
I
And
was
you.
hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Ha tabii söyledim. Yalan mı söylesem?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Understood.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Ha anladım. Şimdi you can track. Görevleri buradan takip edebiliyormuşum. Anladım. Tamam da. Ha zoom atacağım. Tamam. Boşluk. Tamam. Kimmiş? İlk önce Charm Class'a gideyim bence. Tamam. Tamam.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand.
Thank you,
You'll
Professor.
enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Anladım. Şuradan gitmem lazımmış.
Lumos. Revelio.
He kullanamıyorum şu an bunları.
Come now, Annabelle. It was a long time. What do you want? If I could undo all that happened that day, I would. Get away from me.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit.
Ay Pestrop. Ha düzeliyor. Tamam düzeldi.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Natsai.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan
No.
yet?
No, I haven't.
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with a passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
Kimse hatırlamıyor bir şey.
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Birbirimizin kitabından. Akıyor.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Benden sonra. Ders bu kadar mı ya? Ama bunu derse bak. Çok güzel. Bir tane büyü öğrendim şu an. Akıyor.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Niye ben başlıyorum ilk ya?
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the... That's it! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles... Splendid! Very good!
Yes.
Very good. Points to Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff'lara bir
But there's certainly
puan.
no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Hadi yarışalım hadi gel gel.
You'll be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes sir. Natia. Natsai. Başla bakalım.
Here we go.
Oo, 50 puan aldı direkt.
Accio!
That's it!
Watch this.
Abi 50 puan aldı gene ya.
Yes!
Hayır düşme.
Nicely done.
Oh. Düşüyordu az daha. He, geçmek için çok fırsatım.
There we go.
Accio.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy ağlan Atiye.
Perfect score. Remarkable.
%50 puanı aldık cepte.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Hadi bakalım. Ha, tamam.
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
Anladım.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Let us see this. Phew.
Accio.
Hayır.
Don't lose your composure.
Here we go.
Düştü. Bir tane puan düştü.
Yes.
Splendid.
Be sharp.
Onu düşürmesem iyiydi ya.
That is how it's done.
Her türlü yenildim ki. Şunları düşürmem lazım.
Accio.
Yes.
That was an execution.
Berabere bitirdim. Gerden gelip en azından beraber.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Thank you professor. İlkinde hata yaptık. Özür dileriz.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here.
Oha 2
It
haftada
gets easier,
profesyonelleşmiş.
I promise.
Ben 10 saniyede hallettim işte.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Uganda'dan gelmiş.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Ouagadougou uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Of course, you can use
A
Accio
word,
and
if you would.
You wanted
If
to
you're
speak
so
with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor.
Petrus.
I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Evet. İlk dersimizi bitirdik.
Revelio.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio
Accio.
this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Hello there. You're the new
Hello.
student, aren't you?
You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your
Ravenclaw galiba,
abilities.
aynen.
Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Anladım. Şimdi diğer derse gitmemiz lazım.
Revelio.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
Lumos. Accio.
Is that all you've got?
Bombarda.
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Leviosa.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember?
Levioso.
Good. Well done.
Levioso. Levioso. Levioso. Levioso.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso. Protego. Form. I know. Not be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
All of my students.
Levioso.
I do enjoy a lively duel. Try to anticipate your opponent's next move.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Ne oldu? Küçümser bakış.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge.
Hufflepuff.
Points to Hufflepuff.
Thank you, Professor Heckard. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Thank you, Professor.
All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
Sebastian.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Olabilir.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
See you.
Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
Huh. Always
Revelio.
thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
Şimdi başka ne kaldı ki? Görev. Quest. Tamam, onunla gideceğiz. Tamamdır. Şimdi ilk derslerimizi bitirdik. İlk derslerimizi bitirdik arkadaşlar. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşmek dileğiyle Lütfen Açıklamanın diye birini ile konuşacağız. 3. bölümde görüşmek dileğiyle arkadaşlar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Sağlıkla kalın. İyi günler dilerim. Görüşmek dileğiyle. Hogwarts'lı günler. Leviosa.